Hello, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Rail Rangers on the Road. Every month, the Midwest Rail Rangers take you to an interesting and unique railroad destination across the Midwest, including places in Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, and Wisconsin. The Midwest Rail Rangers, a 501c3 nonprofit, was founded in 2015 to provide onboard educational programs across the Midwest. Perhaps you have caught us on select weekends on the South Shore Line between Chicago and South Bend, Indiana. On private rail excursions featuring dome cars and other heritage rail equipment. Amtrak charters and motor coach trips organized by the 20th Century Railroad Club of Chicago. Open house events at the Wisconsin Great Northern Railroad featuring the Sky Parlor car and the Mark Twain Zephyr. And at various outreach events, such as Train Fest in Milwaukee and Mad City Rail in Madison, Wisconsin. And now, mark your calendar for the first Sunday night of every month at 7 p.m. Central Time for Rail Rangers on the Road. Without further ado, here is this month's program. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Rail Rangers.
Don't do it.
On the road. Well, we're not actually on the road. We're coming to you on this, it's November 6th, 2022. And we are not on the road, I guess.
No.
That's false advertising, I tell you.
Well, most of our shows are on the road.
It is. Well, this is a very special night. And last month in October, we came from, if you remember, we came from the Sudan Mine. And that was actually our 50th episode. Tonight, November 6, 2022, is our 51st episode. But we are taking a look back at the first 50 episodes that we've done. Can you believe it's been...
Wow,
50
time
shows?
flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. So, we're going to start at the beginning. We never really planned to do these, as you know. We never really planned to do these virtual programs at all. They kind of came about because of the pandemic. Most of our programs are on the South Shore, private cars or other means, and 20th Century Railroad Club, outreach programs, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So pandemic hit March of 2020. We had to stop doing all of our programs, South Shore, private cars, everything that we had planned for that year. Given that it was almost 3 years ago. So we thought we'd be back, I guess, after a few weeks, right?
Yeah, we thought, but, things stayed shut down, locked down, but that's okay. We came to you with these virtual programs.
Yeah, we came up with the idea in partnership with the 20th Century Railroad Club because they were also experiencing the same thing. All their in-person programming was also going away, and they kind of put our two heads together and came up with the idea of doing a virtual program. This was the first program we did. It was back on June 24th of 2020. That was episode 1.
Yeah, and that was with the 20th Century Rail Club, and we gave a live broadcast of the Sky Parlor car that is up at the Wisconsin Great Northern Railroad.
We did. It was crude. The whole program was shot on my phone live, so we had a lot of technical issues. We didn't have the snazzy opening and everything that we do now.
Yeah.
So very rude and crude. It was actually shot this way. You're supposed to shoot this way, but we shot this way, but we, it was
learning
It
experiences.
was a learning experience. So let's go take a look. Let's kick off our 10 clips that we're going to show you of our shows over the last 50 episodes with episode number 1, June 24th, 2020, episode 1 at the Wisconsin Great Northern Sky Parlor car.
looks like we got about 20 people with us, and hopefully we'll get more. Tell your friends to come out and join us if they're watching or they're around. Call them up, let them know to tune in so that they can learn about this exciting car too. So I'd like to welcome everybody. This is kind of very unique, and I think the first time in the history of the 20th Century Railroad Club, we are doing a virtual presentation for you. I know the 20th Century normally holds their meetings and has exciting speakers down at the Founders Room in Union Station, but because of the virus, we haven't been able to meet as a railroad club for several months now. So Joe Kaczynski and Trent and some of the people on the board, Ed and some of the other people, came up with this wonderful idea to try a virtual program. And that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. This is going to be a trial because we're not sure how long we can all be apart from each other. So we thought we'd try this as a virtual program, and I guess I'm the guinea pig tonight. My name is Robert Taburn, and my dad was one of the original members of the 20th Century Railroad Club going back in the 70s and 80s, and I've spoken several times to the group, I think in 2009, 2010, 2011, about some of my books, and was friends with a lot of the members going back to our Trails and Rails days on the Empire Builder. Gosh, 10, 15 years ago now, I guess. So we're honored that you're joining us this evening, whether you're joining us live here at 7:05 Central Time on Wednesday, June 24th, or maybe you're watching the replay of this. So we are here, and I think Candace is going to show us. This is our educational coordinator, Candace, and she's going to show us the theater.
Hi, everyone. I am not a big rail fan, but I enjoy giving programs and teaching people new things that they haven't learned from. So we're going to step aboard the train, and the first stop we're going to make is the Kachina Coffee Shop. So as we come in here, what is now the theater for those younger folks that rode on Amtrak. Got some lights flickering, that's all right. This used to be the Santa Fe's Kachina Coffee Shop. The coffee area was back here, and now this is the theater where Amtrak would show movies, usually about twice a day, once in the morning for the kids and at night for the adults. So we're going to head upstairs and show you some of the upstairs features also.
One thing I wanted to point out that was kind of interesting that we learned here, if you remember, well, we'll show you what this area used to look like. Up until the renovations, this area here used to be the original bar from the Kachina Coffee Shop. And this is really cool. And you probably never got to play around with this because this is a theater on Amtrak. And these three cabinets here, they just look like regular cabinets under the television set. But these are actually, of course, we don't have light set up here, and it's going to get a little dark. I'm going to back away so you can see it is still dark. These are actually freezers here. Oh, Candace has some light for me here. These are actually freezers that were used in the Santa Fe days to keep food cold in the Kachina Coffee Shop. One tidbit a lot of people don't know, they thought they were just cabinets maybe under the television set. But they still work as working freezers because the counter used to come out and around kind of like here, where Candace is kind of showing. And that would be the freezers. And then this, where the TV was, going back, was a stovetop grill. And up until the 1995 renovations, there used to be the Indian patterns on the Santa Fe glass right here. So that was a grill, as you could kind of picture it. That was a grill that went flat behind the television set, and these are freezers that was used by the Santa Fe to keep food in the Kachina Coffee Shop closed. So it's about a 19-seat theater here, and it still is a theater. And what's kind of cool is they still have some of the maps up. When it was the Coast Starlight, Amtrak never got rid of the Oregon and Washington maps. So I guess they never sold those off at auction. So that's kind of cool. And again, there is the theater that you were probably very familiar with when this car was the Pacific Parlor. And again, we'll show you some pictures of when this was a Kachina Coffee Shop. So just kind of keep this in mind what it looks like now, and we'll show you some pictures as we get along in the presentation. It looks like Candace is over here. There's the vestibule where you're looking out at some of the farm fields here on the railroad, and over here is our dinner train. And if you're familiar with our bed and breakfast train, dinner train, we have that parked out here, and we have about 4 other tracks going back. So hopefully you'll get a chance to come out and do our overnight train sometime, and Candace is going to take us up the stairs.
Upstairs.
All right.
I'm gonna take over the camera so Robert can show you his favorite place in the whole entire car.
I think this is a lot of people's favorite place. These are the purple swivel chairs from the Amtrak Pacific Parlor car days. They were put here in the late 90s, 98, 99 during the refurb. And of course, if you're a rail fan like me, you get here at a really, really early hour in the morning, and you figure out which side is the ocean side, and you probably camp out there for the rest of your day, putting all your electronics here so nobody else could sit down. All right, yes, that was very rude and crude and elementary, and
Well, you know, we had to learn.
but we got our names known, and people were so excited about it that we decided to do another virtual program. This one just a little bit later on this summer, episode 2 in the summer of 2020. We visited the Midwest Central Railroad.
Yeah, in Mount Pleasant,
In
Iowa.
Mount Pleasant. That's where the Mark Twain Zephyr was from 1962 until 1979. So we
Yeah.
decided to do our second virtual program, and got a tour with Matt Crowell. Here's their executive director of that. So let's take a look at a little clip from our second episode. Railroad, and we're about ready to meet Matt and head into the shops.
This is the D9 project. It was the Carbon Limestone Company's diesel locomotive number 9. It was lettered D9. We have it and also the D14. We're currently, the guys are in the process of going through it. We got the torque converter drive all rebuilt and trying to get it up and running. So.
Where would this have originally run, or what area of the country?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember.
That's all right. Is it generally more out east or out
It
west?
was out east.
Out
I want
east,
to
so-
say Pennsylvania, but
Okay.
don't quote me on that because I don't remember for sure off the top of my head.
And has this been here for a while being worked on? Or
We acquired these 2 engines sometime in the 90s.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact year. Back then, I was off playing Army occasionally, so
Okay.
these came in while I was off somewhere with the military. So I don't remember the exact dates of when they showed
And then
up.
your operations here, I was kind of surprised that the Midwest Central Railroad is. You said it's all except
all
for
volunteer.
all
except
volunteer.
For, me, I'm around during the week.
So volunteers come and they're going to end up doing all the work on this beautiful.
It's been an all volunteer-led project.
Okay.
For the most part.
Is it mostly older folks, or do you kind of have younger folks
We've got,
learning from the?
volunteers of all ages.
Okay.
And we've got a great group of young kids that have gotten involved. That they almost wear some of us old guys out sometimes because they got too much energy. But
Okay.
they're a great group, and they've kind of taken this on, and we're letting them spearhead with it and supporting them along the way, but trying to let them kind of make the decisions of what they want to do with the project. And
So it's kind of a new generation learning from the old generation,
Exactly.
which is kind of cool that you don't want their skills to pass on when they do. I think that's important that they.
And I'm a firm believer in not micromanaging.
Okay.
So if they need something, I offer assistance, but like I say, it's a volunteer-led project, and they've got a great team working on it. So.
Perfect. Well, let's take a look at the a little bit more complete here. We have the number 9.
So what do you know about this? As we
This is the West Side Lumber number 9. It came here in 1966.
Okay.
Of course, West Side shut down in 1960.
And they were, for people who don't know, where were they?
Tuolumne, California.
Okay.
And this engine was built in April of 1923.
Wow.
Actually, when it was originally ordered, it was lettered for Hetch Hetchy and Yosemite Mountain Valley Railroad. But it was always on the west side.
So these are always spots up in the Sierra that are really, really steep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now and that beans we're back here at the back, there's a kind of an interesting little anomaly
Okay.
on the back of this thing, and I don't know if we can see it with the lighting.
All right.
You can really see it outside with the sunlight. But right here, you'll see the West Side shop foreman's initials, Ed Sullivan. It's actually upside down, done in script with a grinder.
Okay.
It's something we discovered in,
Huh.
I think it was 94-ish, 93-ish. We redid the tender, and it actually still had the original West Side lettering underneath the paint and everything on it.
Wow.
So we did a bunch of work to it, put new deck under it, and when we sandblasted it, we discovered those initials ground in there. It was just kind of
Wow.
a cool little thing.
Very cool. Well, let's take a look around here, and you want to go around this? We'll go around this side here and see the beautiful job you've done.
And the lettering was, like I say, we were lucky that the original lettering was still under the paint, so we very carefully peeled down to it and did a rubbing of the original lettering to reproduce it as best as possible.
Wow.
And same way with the coloring, is we got paint chips from the original paint chips underneath it.
Okay.
Now it was in different colors. You know, at one point it was orange, and then several different shades of yellow. And
So you're just kind of peeling that all back as you
yeah,
as you
it
get
was
down.
whatever paint they had on the shelf that day when they lettered it, I think is what they did.
Nice. So how long has this been? How long have the volunteers been working on number 9 here?
Well, the number 9's, like I said, it's been here since 1966. Now, in 2011, we did enter into a contract with the Georgetown Loop, and it went out to the Georgetown, Colorado there for, what was it, around 7-8 years.
Okay.
Helping them out there when they were doing their power struggle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but she came back last summer, and we're doing some work on the drive line, and they did a lot of work on the boiler and other components of it. So
Will it end up going back out there? Or are we not sure? No. So it's going to stay
back
here.
home for good.
Okay. Now to get it back and forth, you do that on trucks, right? For
Correct.
people who don't know, you don't actually transport this on.
Great big trailer.
Okay.
Lots of wheels on the ground.
All right. Well, things are getting a little bit better there. A little bit more technically sound, as they say, with our second episode at the Midwest Central Railroad. Got to see some of their steam engines and other equipment inside their shops. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so number 3.
Number 3 was July 12th of 2020.
And it was,
Your favorite place in Dubuque, the elevator.
yeah, that
Remember
was
the name of it?
the
Oh, you don't.
the Fennel elevator?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
Fennel.
yeah. We got to go up this little elevator.
It was pretty cool. You go up this really steep incline
Yeah,
to the top.
yeah. So,
And then you look down on the city. It's really pretty.
and it's like only $1 or something. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. So our third episode, July 12th, 2020, at the Fenland Elevator in Dubuque, Iowa. Let's take a look. Street in Dubuque, and there's the prices. What are the prices there?
Adults one way $1.50, round trip just $3. Kids 5 to 12 are $1.50, and bike riders are $2 one way.
Okay. And what are the instructions? How do people get on here, I guess?
So the cable car operates from above, so at the top of the bluff. Get in and sit down.
Okay.
No standing.
No, okay.
pull the bell cord when ready. Operator will signal with a buzz when the car will start moving.
Okay.
Please remain seated. That means you, Robert,
Oh, okay. No monkey shines.
until you get to the top.
All right. And so usually every day, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. it looks like. And let's see what's going on here. We had some folks who were we thought
Round trip.
we thought we would get this one, but I guess they're doing a round trip.
And
so
make
there was
sure that you have cash because they do
Oh.
not accept debit or credit cards.
yeah. What are they gonna do? Make you go back down? I don't know. So we're gonna wait for this one because we thought we'd get the last one, but there wasn't room for us in here. So if you want to look around down here while we wait for that one, there's a couple of cute shops. Probably can't see all. If you look all the way down, those are the bluffs right there, kind of where Illinois and Wisconsin come together. If you look directly down 4th Street, you'll get a much better view here in a few minutes when we go up to the top. But while you're waiting, they got some cute little antique shops, some gift shops. So Dubuque kind of started down here in what is known as the lowlands. So this is kind of the older part of town that we're looking at here in the bottom of 4th Street. So it's pretty easy to get to. We thought we would mention as we wait. Hopefully we'll get on this car, unless they're also doing a round trip to the bottom. But pretty easy to get to. We're about 3.5 hours northwest of Chicago, maybe 4 hours, 3.5 hours southwest of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So not too far. It's a fun day trip over here to Dubuque. Got some restaurants, ice cream shops, free parking here. As we look live at the base of the hill, and so nice little neighborhood here. And we will see if we can get on this elevator car here. All right, Candace will we'll let Candace be our guide here.
Come on in.
All right, this is pretty cool. I hope our signal holds live going up this thing. We will see. All right. So what do we do?
Sit down.
All right.
Then we pull the cord when we're ready. This
All right.
cord.
All right. All right. Take a look at this. This is built. Some people say this is the world's shortest, steepest elevator or train line. I don't know. We've had a couple places where they've.
And we're off.
Okay. Woo. The Chattanooga Railroad we got to ride on also claims to be like the shortest and the steepest. So I don't know.
We'll try to throw up some different facts about different elevators.
Okay.
Try.
We'll try. Yeah. We don't want to ruin the view though. We'll it's a pretty cool view going up, but as we get closer to the top, we will we'll swing back over here.
And we'll pass the other one as we go up.
Yeah. So once we get to the top, and we'll show you the view from the top here in a little bit. But yeah, see the track split. I think it's kind of the same thing at Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga we got to do. Of course, that one was a lot longer and steeper than here, but this is pretty cool. A lot of people don't know about this for the Midwest. That there's who would think everybody thinks Iowa is flat. You know, that's kind of the rumor that Iowa is flat, and not the case here. Here we go, we're passing, so that's kind of the halfway point here now. We're passing the other elevator. You having fun so far? Let's go look down now. Pretty cool. You're starting to get a nice view. You can see the bluffs now. You can see the Mississippi River coming into view, and then there's the bluffs of Illinois and Wisconsin now. So we're looking at really 3 states right now live here on Facebook. Beautiful Sunday here.
It is.
Good to be here with you, and wish you were on the real trains, but hey, we're still riding the trains. Kind of, sort of. At least this is running
for us, and Candace will kind of show us. Candace will pay the nice lady or guy at the top here and kind of show you how it works, and she'll buy us a round trip ticket. We're gonna come back down. We'll probably cut off our Facebook Live. We're gonna walk around here a little bit. We're not gonna go right back down because we want to show you the beautiful view outside our window, and we'll take you out on the deck over here. So we're not gonna come back right away because we want to share that view with you. But all right, we're here at the top, a couple 100 feet above Dubuque. So Candace is going to pay the nice guy at the top here. So if you're curious, this is open April 1st to November 30th. Welcome to the best view in town.
I think that's 6.
All right. So Candace will show us, we'll point out some of the things to see along the way here. And they have brochures too, so some of the fun facts we've been showing you here on Facebook, you can also get. So we're going to look downriver, which is, this is now looking south. See if there's anything in there. Kind of point things out to you. So this is downriver south. There's the Mississippi River, and there's some of the bluffs. This is the Iowa side here, and those bluffs are in Iowa. Mississippi River, and that is all Illinois on the other side of the river that you see. So some of those bluffs are in Iowa, and so we're overlooking the town. Someone once told me that there was more churches in Dubuque per capita than anywhere in the Midwest. Not sure if that's true or not.
You see quite a few steeples, so I see one here, maybe potentially 1, 2 over here, 3 over there, in that direction.
Wow, that's scary.
I
High
had a
above-
great time.
High above Dubuque, Iowa.
Yeah,
there.
but it's beautiful up there.
It was.
Yeah, so number 4 was
Before, keep it tracking home.
August 9th of 2020.
That was our 4th program, yeah.
And we did a depot tour of Winona, Minnesota.
Yeah, this is our first of many depot tours that we've
Yeah.
done, but this was the very first
So
depot
that's
tour.
on the old Milwaukee Road.
Yeah, and we walked around. This is on the route of Amtrak's Empire Builder. It's a stop between Red Wing and La Crosse. Passed through many of times. That's just a couple hours away from our Rail Ranger headquarters here in Barron, Wisconsin. And we had a fun time telling you all. We studied for this. We had to study for this.
Yeah, we did.
we learned all about the different type of architecture and everything like that. So, all right, our 4th episode again, August 9th, 2020. Let's take a look.
As we go here, we look at the depot. It was built in 1888 by the Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul Railroad, later known as the Milwaukee Road. One of the oldest cities in southern Minnesota, Winona possesses a rich railroad history dating back to the 1850s. The dark red brick that you can see on the depot was designed by railroad architect John T.W. Jennings, defying easy architectural categorization, but does not exhibit characteristics of the Romantic Revival style popular in the late 19th century, such as the buff rock face stone used to highlight the water table, the trim around the windows and the doors. Jennings, who later became the chief architect and superintendent of the grounds of University of Wisconsin, divided the structure into 2 parts and an annex canopy that we'll see later as we get closer. In keeping with the social norm of the period, the building has waiting rooms, one for men and one for women and children, separated by a ticket office in the center. Each space also had its own entrance from the outside. Interior finishes included maple floors, durable Georgia pine woodwork, and bronze finishes. Today, one of the waiting rooms is still used by passengers and is furnished with heavy wood benches. The other waiting room serves as an office space for the Canadian Pacific Railway, which owns the property.
All right, thank you, Candace. This is Midwest Rail Ranger President Robert Taborn here, also with you on this beautiful Sunday. Trackside, projecting three-sided bay, allowed the station master an unobstructed view down the tracks, as you can see right where my finger's pointing, right in here. That's what we're talking about. See how the agent can look out this way to the west, and also to the north and to the south. At the roof line, it terminates in a gable, which we're kind of seeing right there, which is balanced by another larger one on the north facade. Their faces are covered in decorative shingles, which also carry over to the upper walls of the annex to provide additional texture on the building's surface. The distinctive multi-angled roof line, as you see there in our camera view, is achieved through a steep gabled roof with flared eaves and clipped gables. Curved brackets support the deep eaves that protect passengers when there's inclement weather, and of course we are here in Minnesota, so there's plenty of inclement weather, especially over the winter months. Over a century of use, certain decorative features, though, were removed. A lot of people don't know that, but there were some decorative features which cannot be seen. There used to be a prominent core-belled chimneys. Those have been, as you can see, both no chimneys. They have been removed from the structure. And smaller dormers and even a cupola was crowned the annex. All those are gone. In the days of presidential whistle-stop tours, the depot hosted Presidents Grover Cleveland, Teddy Roosevelt, and Harry S. Truman. All right. Well, yeah, like I said, we had to learn a lot about the different type of architecture and things like that for the
For that depot, it's
for the
so
depot
beautiful.
tour. So we'll skip ahead a little bit. I just wanted to show you our first 4 episodes from almost 3 years ago.
Yeah,
now, in
definitely
2020.
learning experience with each and every one. So
Yeah, we'll skip ahead a little bit now. We're going to go to April 4th of 2021, the beginning part of last year. And we had a chance to go down on April 4th, 2021 to episode number 21. We went down to Gateway Rail Services outside St. Louis, and we got to meet with Roger Verbeeren, and he took us on a tour of the new Canadian Pacific business train.
that was super cool.
What do you remember from that?
I remember the big window and all the chairs that so they could do the track observation from inside the rail car, and all the new technology that was going in it. It was pretty cool.
Well, and for you, for the person who likes going to the gym, they had a gym inside, a fitness center inside the train car too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So let's take a look at that. That was one of our favorite stops. We always love visiting Roger whenever we're in the St. Louis area. Gateway Rail Services in Madison, Illinois, also where the Mark Twain Zephyr came from. It sat there from 2021 or 2008 until 2020. So let's take a look at that.
Well, hello everyone. This is Candace Taborn, your educational officer, and it's April 4th, 2021, and we're here at Gateway Rail with Roger Verbeeren, and he's going to give us an inside shop tour. So go ahead, Roger.
Well, thanks, Candace. Thanks for all your interest in Gateway Rail Services and some of the projects we do. What we have behind us here showing right now is one car of a 3-car set for the Canadian Pacific Railroad and the test car. This particular car is their support car plus test. It contains some generators, some test equipment under the car. It's part of a 3-car set. It has undergone a complete 40-year rebuild to Amtrak SMP, so the highest standard rebuild that you can have. This car is intended to be used on their main lines mostly, and Transcon. They use smaller test cars and or truck-mounted test equipment for low speed or yard. This is going to be transcontinental mainline testing. So this is one car of the 3-car set.
All right.
Well, thank you. Let's head on inside then and see what else you got going on.
All right.
Might go inside the car.
All right.
everyone, here's a special just for you guys.
Candace falling off the ladder.
Come on in. Still a little bit of work in progress, but
Wow.
much almost complete.
Wow.
So this particular car happens to be the center car with a 3-car set. This being a work area, the equipment storage area. Behind us, a hydraulic room to lift the loaded gauge test equipment, a computer rack that runs the loaded gauge. This car was built out of a Union Pacific baggage car, and it's a complete, as I say, ground up rebuild. Everything is built for serviceability, cleanability, sustainability, so that we built the access panels you might see in the ceilings or on walls as you go around. Everything is made for maintenance, so you can maintain the car while it's in operation. You don't have to tear the whole car apart to fix a piece or anything else.
And the people have cars and they're interested in Gateway Rail, they just contact you and you can work with them to design pretty much whatever they want, huh?
From boom to zoom.
Okay. Highly recommend Gateway Rail. If you know, a lot of private car owners watch us, and
So basically hydraulics for the loaded gauge. Loaded gauge presses down and out on the rail, simulating loads traveling over the rail. So as they test it, they can test in real conditions instead of just simulated.
okay.
15 horse hydraulic pump that runs the accumulators and lifts and lowers the test equipment down to the rail in contact with the rail.
Nice.
All the car is equipped with ply metal that we've built here. It's powder coated aluminum sandwiched between plywood. That gives you a thin wall, durability to clean. The powder coat finish is very durable and easy to keep clean. Now remember we mentioned access panels. Of course, all these access panels
Very
are
easy to get in.
getting in equipment such as the hydraulic room. Well, this particular room is not complete yet. We have missing in here exercise equipment.
What?
The spa,
This
right?
this is really going to be a gym?
This is an exercise equipment, yeah. There'll probably be a cycle and maybe a treadmill in here.
Okay.
Let's put a jacuzzi in here.
Yeah. I just put a bunch of big screen TVs and video games in there if I was me.
Well, again, this isn't the living quarter space. This is the working part of it.
Oh, okay.
So we got lockers for the crew that store their stuff, individuals, and they can lock it. Plenty of storage for equipment, everything else.
And you guys design all this? They just tell you what you want and you design this. Okay.
Right. Wash sink, 2 hose reels that will reel up almost a mile's worth of hose. So in remote locations where there's not usually, like a passenger train, there's not water stands, they can power the hose out and power the hose in. So you don't have to crank it or fool around or anything else.
Wow.
And get it in quickly, especially in real cold weather.
Okay.
Everything's wanted kept inside here.
Which is 11 months out of 12 in Canada.
So,
Nice.
go down the hall a little more ways.
All right. Let's you lead the way here. See what's behind door number 3.
Well, we have our fire alarm, fire suppression system.
Oh, that's what that is? Okay.
Here's an electric locker that's
Wow.
pretty well completed. We have a couple of panels still off. We're still work in progress, but you can see what a modern control panel's like. Northwest Rail Electric provides us with all the
Okay.
HEP locker, the generator controls, all the HVAC controls. Everything is provided by Northwest Rail.
Nice. Well, always a fun time when you visit Gateway Rail, I tell
Of
you.
course,
I
yeah.
tell you. So
Some pretty cool stuff there.
It is, and I know one of your favorite things in all of our episodes has been the we've done it twice, but it's been one of your favorite things is going for a ride on the speeders.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You
So
like doing that. So this is the first time. The first time we got to go for a ride was our engineer at the Wisconsin Great Northern Railroad,
yeah, Linton.
Linton Brooks. He took us. He actually has a speeder and a small stretch of track
In his backyard.
in his backyard up on International in International Falls, and his backyard is literally Canada because his backyard butts up against the Rainy River up there in International Falls.
Yeah, so super cool. He took me on my first speeder ride. So here's a look at Linton's speeder.
This is from May 23rd of 2021, episode number 24. And if the brakes don't work, you end up in Canada.
Or in the creek,
or in
not
the
Canada.
Yeah. This is live, so anything can happen.
Well, see if you can climb on.
All right. Where are you sitting?
I'll sit over here.
All right. You want us over here?
Yeah.
All right.
Take the camera.
Okay, this is going to go for a ride too. Got to go for a train ride.
I haven't get my feet on here anymore.
Get your seatbelt. That's how you do it.
I'm a little younger when I first had this.
Yeah. See, I'm going to face backwards, so I can't see what's coming. Is this the first class compartment?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you like to go first class.
Yes, this is the parlor car.
First class. We need to ring the bell before we start, right?
There we go. Yeah.
Of course.
Ready to go?
All right.
Eyeball.
Wow.
We got the crossbuck here, so you know it is a crossing hand.
There we go. And the brakes still work. That's good. Very fun.
Safe and
Great.
sound.
That was your first motor car ride?
It was.
Mine too.
This is a putt-putt, so this is one of those engines that, to reverse it, you have to change the spark to the other direction. And the
Okay.
engine actually starts turning the other way.
Okay.
It's one of those kind of engines.
Mhm.
I had one time. I came down in here and I needed to come out of here. I needed a lot of power, and I powered up to come up this grade, see, and she didn't reverse herself. And I
Oh.
didn't have wheel stops on this at that time, and I started back that way, and I got a hold of the brake real quick, or I would have been right down in the creek.
So you've had some close calls then.
So after that, I got my welder friend to come, and we made wheel stops and put them on the rails, welded them on the rails.
Well, continuing, you had fun. You had fun there with that speeder,
I did indeed.
and Linton was a good spirits there, pushing you up on the speeder, to get it started. He
Yeah.
pushed you up
He
the
didn't.
hill.
He didn't turn it on for us because we had enough of an incline
Well,
to go back down into his little garage that he parks it in.
and yeah, if we went too far, as we pointed out in the
We would
in the
have ended
video,
up in Canada.
we would have ended up overshooting it and probably jumping the Rainy River into Canada. So, and then it was just, if you remember, it was just 4 episodes later, episode number 28, on August 8th of 2021, that we
Yeah.
got to go for another speeder ride at the Burlington and Missouri River Railroad. And that was thanks to our friends Ed and Ron.
Yeah, so Ed fired his speeder up and took me for a little ride, and it was super cool.
I don't know how I was at like 300 feet or something.
Something, but it
like
was
that.
still
Okay.
pretty cool, you know, just
Yeah.
to be able to ride one, and I've never done it before, so.
Okay, so let's take a look at that. Ed and Ron. This is just outside of Mount Pleasant, Iowa, on their private property they own, and it was actually the original where they had the tracks.
The right-of-way, yeah.
Super cool. It was actually the original right-of-way of the CB&Q. It was the alignment was changed a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Where today's California Zephyr goes, but this is just a couple hundred feet off but it was the original right-of-way too of the CB&Q. So episode 28, August 8th of 2021. Let's take a look at that. Look at that. All right, you two don't have too much fun now. Don't go too far. Oh no. Look at that.
Coming back?
Oh yes. Does that one ride pretty much like this one then too?
There's not a whole lot of difference.
About the skills the same and
Like I say, they're the exact same chassis with a different body on it.
okay. How many of these do you own? Because I see some in your shops back there too.
I've got 3, and I think Ron's got 4 or 5.
So total between the two of you got like 8 of these things? Do you have your own channel so you can talk to the other motor cars and
The national organization has their own. They have 3 frequencies they can use that are registered with the FCC.
okay.
Keep everybody in the front of the operation and the back of the operation in contact with each other.
Gotcha. All right. Very cool. So what are your thoughts of this?
Well, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, we might have to look at getting them one of these.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's a small car. I mean, we could trade your car. We could sell your car
Oh, okay.
and buy a motor car.
Okay.
And then you could take it back and forth to work.
Yeah. There we go. I could.
This couple hundred feet of riding here doesn't do this justice. You get out with 15 or 20 other people, and if you're riding 100 miles, you might ride 50 miles out, 50 miles back. This, like I say, this little short ride here doesn't compare with how much fun the hobby is.
Do you go, when you do the rides, do you go like one way and then someone moves your car? Or do you like meet you with your truck like kind of a canoe at the other end? Or do you usually go round trip and
Almost all of them are round trip.
are they in a day?
We'll start at a certain point, and it could be in the middle of the railroad somewhere. Just depends on where the railroad wants to let us ride.
Okay.
You ride out however many miles they get the ride set up for. Usually that's a place for lunch. You might have somebody cater you a meal. We've had railroads we have local historical societies that they will make us a meal.
Ah.
And we help support them. Other places we'll get in contact with a certain restaurant and they'll cook for us and expect us. And then there's a few places that you're just on your own. There's always a Casey's General Store or a Subway. somewhere.
Casey's, yes, we've discovered Casey's while doing a lot of these Midwest virtual programs over the
You
last.
have Casey's in Wisconsin?
Yes, we northern Wisconsin does.
Really?
Southern, not so much around Milwaukee. But we love Casey's. Their pizza. We always stop for Casey's pizza. How much a year, can I ask? Does it? How much maintenance time? And for someone who does want to get into this hobby, on average, the amount of time it takes you in a year to maintain one of these, and then the approximate cost. So if I invested money in them, am I going to invest a lot of time maintaining these, or is it not a big maintenance cost whatsoever? Just depends on.
As far as keeping the oil changed, it just depends on how much you ride.
Okay.
Inspection is very important. You need to go over your car, check your brakes, brake rigging, grease your wheel bearings, things like that.
Yeah.
To make sure, my goal is to make sure that I ride all day.
Okay.
I've known some people in the past that the last time they rode their car was 2 years ago, and now they want to ride and they show up and it won't run. We have an inspection program. Your first ride of the year, you fill out an inspection form. You look at all these things on your car that's on the form, and you fill out the form, you take it, and every affiliate has a safety director, and you won't be allowed to ride until the safety director has that form, and he'll come check some of the things on your car to make sure that you just didn't go down the list and check them all off and sign it.
Okay.
Somebody will come check some of the things, and mostly it's wheel thickness and brake shoes, because those are the most important things we have.
Okay.
Lights are important. You have to run with your lights on to make sure you're seen by cars, because we don't make the crossing gates work.
That was going to be one of my questions when you cross. Especially, do you guys ever go in a city where there's a lot of traffic, or do you try to do these in more rural?
We'll start on the edge of a city somewhere.
Okay.
And ride outward. Try to avoid a lot of road crossings, because these things are small. The cars don't see them.
Yeah.
It's our responsibility to make sure that crossing's safe to go across.
And they don't set off the gates and the lights.
No, these were designed not to do that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The wheels are all insulated through the brake shoe rigging and stuff, so they will not activate track signals or crossing gates.
Okay.
And the railroad wants it that way. There's the club out west. They are experimenting with making it so that the motor cars will make the crossing gates work, but the motor cars sometimes don't, because they're not heavy enough to make a good contact. If the rail's rusty, because it has to go through the wheels, through the axles to get a circuit. Even if that works, it's still your responsibility to make sure that crossing is clear, because not all crossings have arms on them. Some of them just have lights.
Okay.
And in the cell phone age, there's a lot of people not paying attention to where they're going to begin with. They don't even see you.
Yeah.
So like I say, safety's number one with us. And it's your responsibility to operate safely and cross roads safely. Everybody goes home.
Nice.
Nobody goes to the hospital. That's the whole goal.
Very cool. So it's just more the relaxing way to relax on a Saturday or Sunday, one of your off days. That's really what has appealed to you for this hobby. And
you maintain a safe distance from the car in front of you.
Or the Candace in front of you.
And like I said, we can go anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour, depending on the railroad.
Wow.
Some railroads you can go 25. You don't have to worry about running off the edge of the road. The rails take care of that for you.
Yeah.
As long as you pay attention to what's going on in front of you, you can get the scenery. A lot of times, I'll drive part of the time. Ron will drive part of the time, so we can look around.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
Like here, it's I know this is just your property here, but very beautiful, especially for us who lived in the city for most of our lives. We live in more rural areas, but to us, this farm country is just, with the rolling hills and everything, it's just pretty to look at out here too. But along the river, and it's been a fun way to spend a summer day. Do you
Wow, that was super cool.
Super cool. Oh, I almost fell asleep. It's getting late in the evening, but we have, 3 more clips to share with you before we sign off. So we talked about the depot tours. We showed you episode, I think, 4 from Winona earlier. And we have another clip that we did back October of 2021. And sometimes that's what we enjoy doing the research and sharing these with you, but we also like when we are able to snag a local expert who took you on take you on these depot tours.
Definitely. So Dave Mattoon.
He did a 2-parter for us
so
in October of 2021.
He took us on a tour of the Lake Forest Depot
in Illinois.
Former
Chicago Northwestern, now on
the
UP North Metro line.
That's all right. But the coolest part was they don't use it anymore, but there was a pedestrian tunnel that went underneath the railroad.
Is that the clip you want to show them?
Yeah, let's show us going down into the tunnel.
All right. Episode aired October 3rd, 2021.
Okay, so we'll go down the steps. Now these were steps for the boiler room, so they weren't intended for the general public.
Okay. Boy, this is pretty cool. You gonna be okay? Do you want me to hold on to your water?
No, I got it. Actually, I'll just leave it at the top of the stairs.
I'm coming.
And you can kind of sort of slam that door. It's set to lock up, so just slam it shut.
So what year are we looking at for down here?
1900.
1900.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Candace is coming.
So one of these rooms, or perhaps that one, would be the coal bin.
Ah.
And
That would have just been for the station, not for like loading coal trains or anything, right? It would just be for, okay.
the boiler would be here. And that boiler room chimney that we saw outside and inside where we passed on one side or the other to the men's waiting room, that's right here. Now, this entrance right here was created, was broken through after they closed the tunnel to the general public. So this is not an entrance way.
It's nice and cool down here. It's like a cave. I like it. Wow. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Anybody need a sign?
Yeah, there you go.
That would look nice on our basement.
Okay. So here are the steps. These are right below the shoemakers.
Oh, where we saw. Oh,
Yes, where we showed them, where we ended our last.
where we ended our last. Oh yeah, that's right. We ended 2 weeks ago. Sure.
And there would have originally been slate treads, but slate has been missing. Here is replacement slate that we have for the roof when it needs it.
You want to par with that sign? Is there a price tag on that one? That would also look nice in my basement.
Oh, okay.
What is that? Just a replica sign?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the wooden signs that was replaced by the aluminum
Okay.
that Jim talked about. So now as we come down the steps, and in this area, we're below the smoking room, which is now the barber shop.
Okay. And you said the last time people, regular passengers were allowed down here would have been what year?
October 1970.
October, okay. Wow.
1970.
So 51 years.
So
No, people have been down in the tunnel.
here is that added wall that was put in for the barber shop.
Okay.
And let's see, if you look up at that beam there, Okay.
find that it's actually spliced beam because they didn't account for the weight of that barber shop wall and it started to sag. So in 2011 or so, they had to shore that up.
Did you grow up in Lake Forest?
Yes.
Do you remember when this was open
Oh yeah, I've been in the.
to the public when this was okay?
Yeah, it closed when I was a sophomore in college or in high school.
Okay.
Here's a clean out for that
Wow.
woodroom chimney. Full of ashes. Now we're coming into the manual itself. This is 8 feet wide because if you figure a train stopping in Lake Forest and people getting off, you know, a quarter of the people would go at Westminster, a quarter would go at Deer Path, and half a trainload of people would come through here.
Uh-huh.
And notice these brickwork here. This is yellow brick. And there's actually yellow brick behind all the red brick that you see. Yellow brick was locally available and cheaper. So then they just faced it with that red brick.
So you said in our last episode, the first part of this, you said that they closed this down because vagrants are hanging out down here?
Vagrants and drug use in the 1970s.
70s, okay. So if it wasn't for that, it might still be open, potentially.
I hear
Oh, I hear a train above us. Whoa. Hear the rumble down here? That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, there you go. You got your look inside the tunnel. So
yeah,
that was exciting.
It was pretty awesome to go down in there and see how people used to get across the tracks instead of going all the way down and back around.
Okay, what I'm wondering is how are you taller? There we go. You're sitting in a high chair.
I am.
She's sitting on a phone book. I don't know why.
Booster seat.
Okay, good.
All right.
All right. So we have 2 more clips to show you before we leave you tonight. And one of my favorite things that we've done is we've taken some of you on our long distance Amtrak trips. When we've done that, we've done video blogs. We've taken people. So far, we did the Texas Eagle, and one of our first ones that we did, I think, was the California Zephyr. That was one of my favorite. We did a 2-parter. The first part aired was episode 35. And it aired on October 17th, 2021. And then we had the second parter 3 weeks later on November 7th, 2021. Just about this time last year, we took you for a ride on the California Zephyr.
Yeah. And one of the best parts, we were laid over for a little bit because we were waiting for a freight train to pass by. Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So we were all standing on the platform.
You remember what city?
Glenwood Springs.
It was Glenwood Springs.
So
good memory.
We were out taking a fresh air break, walking the platform, walking up the stairs and down the stairs, and all of a sudden we hear someone singing and playing a guitar.
Yeah, was it you?
No, definitely not me.
Was it me singing?
No, we hope not. But so we walked down to where we heard the guitar and the music and the person singing, and sitting on the little sidewalk area was the conductor.
Conductor Brad?
Conductor Brad. Oh. And he was playing his guitar and he was singing along and he was taking requests. So Robert wanted him to play Rocky Mountain High.
Only appropriate for Glenwood Springs.
Correct.
Right?
So he played Rocky Mountain High. We waited for the a couple freight trains to go by. And then he screamed,
"All aboard!" Or was it Rail Rangers?
No. So he yelled, "All aboard!"
All aboard!
We got back on the train, and then he came to visit us while we were sitting in the diner lounge at that time.
Yeah.
So he was telling us about him playing the guitar while he's the conductor. And it was just a really cool experience to see that with the conductor sitting there playing guitar and singing. So.
All right. So from episode 35 and 36, aired in October and November of 2021. Let's take a look at Rocky Mountain High by Brad.
Conductor Brad.
Conductor Brad, yeah.
All right, everyone, welcome to Glenwood Springs. Some fun facts about Glenwood Springs, as it was originally named Defiance. It was also named in 2011 the most fun town by USA Today. And it was one of the first cities to have electric lights, and they were installed in the Fairy Cave. So we're going to take a walk down the train here and let you see the station.
I heard one of our docents lives here, and he says almost every train someone strolls into the cute little downtown area up here, and they get left behind. They go into the Pullman Pub or one of these other businesses up here, and they always end up getting left behind. So
Well, the sun feels wonderful here, so
yeah, a little warmer, but we're going up to Winter Park where there might be some snow. That's our next chance to get off the train this afternoon. So we'll see if Candace...
we'll see if I get off or not.
Oh, you will? We're here to see if we have a snowball fight or not. So there's some of the downtown area. Beautiful station there in the mountains. We're about to go through Glenwood Canyon.
That's right.
Oh, you want to walk over to the side?
We can walk over to the side.
All right. Glenwood Springs. Yeah. And then there's up the downtown.
All right, so it looks like we're going to be here just a little bit longer than we expected.
Oh, so we actually get to
We're
go.
going to walk up to street level and show you that.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
We're not going to be left behind now. All right, because we know what Fred Glur, one of our docents, Freddie, has a summer home here, and he says never go up the stairs. So you are violating Fred Glur rule number 1.
Words of advice?
Yes. So I guess a lot of people like walking around the town. So let's see what do we have here. Which way do you want to go?
Let's go this way.
All right.
Because there's another set of steps we can go down.
Ah. So this is the street here, though. Main street of
Glenwood Springs.
you probably never get to see on the train.
Correct, and we wouldn't want to violate Fred's rule.
Fred rule, but no, the conductor actually told us we're waiting on a freight train, and it'll be at least 20 minutes. So.
Bye-bye. We got the winter versions of the signs here.
Oh.
Portable signs.
Oh, that's you think we have one for our basement?
No, probably not.
Oh, all right. Hotel Denver.
Coffee house.
Ah. Hotel Denver. And a brew pub. I bet Fred has been there. Glenwood Canyon Brew Pub.
Probably so.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never seen this side of the station. Beautiful. I presume this is Denver and Rio Grande. See, we need Fred here to tell us.
Maybe we can go inside here.
Ah. Let's just show people there's the Denver Center and some of the mountains. Oh, look at their sign. Before we go in, The old California Zephyr logo.
Yeah, very cool. We'll take you inside for a
Oh,
closer
okay.
look.
All right. Oh, here's the history. So the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad was the first passenger train. It arrived here October 5th, 1877. The original depot for 17 years was located on Pitkin and Riverfront Streets. The depot you see now was built in 1903 and opened in June 1904. This was in Glenwood Spring Strawberry Festival days. The building is built of red sandstone, green sandstone and brick. The architecture is of Romanesque revival style, meant to tie in with the Hotel Colorado and the Hotel Bathhouse across Colorado, the river, known as the Grand River, which I think Candace told you about a little bit ago when we were in Glenwood Springs. Location on Riverfront. Now, 7th Street was a district consisting of saloons and gambling houses. The miners loved to take the train from Leadville to spend their money in the sporting district. The depot welcomed presidential train of William Howard Taft in 1909 and Truman in 48 and 52. So Denver, Rio Grande, and Western. Some pictures of the original California Zephyr up there. Pretty cool. Candace is already down here. Okay.
Keep going, we don't want to not get on the train.
Yeah. I'm looking for the statue of Fred Glard.
Maybe not one here.
And here's the, that's some steam engine photos. And then the ticket counter here. Eastbound and westbound. Of course, we're on the eastbound, number 6. It's supposed to be due out at 12:30, and westbound 3:46. You can maybe see the old waiting room. Maybe that was the ladies' waiting room or men's waiting room, possibly. Separate waiting rooms back in the day. You can show everybody on the big map where we're at. So we last saw you in Grand Junction and then Glenwood Springs. And now I'll be heading over the high country here, which will show you Glenwood Springs, the canyon, Granby, and then we'll be getting off Fraser Winter Park in Denver. And we'll be giving you more of that. And then we'll probably go to bed somewhere around Fort Morgan. And then all night we'll kind of sleep through Nebraska. You looking forward to sleeping through Nebraska?
Sure. I mean, I've heard Nebraska's pretty nice. The scenery is beautiful.
Yeah. And then we will end our journey in Ottumwa. Yeah, the train will continue on to Chicago. So we'll take a look around some of the old benches. Showing the old station here. What do you think?
Beautiful waiting room.
Yeah, and I just got cool. Uh-oh, no train information. Uh-oh.
The old baggage room.
Oh, wow.
Looking.
That is pretty cool. Yeah. Express. Nice.
All right.
Some old steam engine pictures I want to see here.
Yeah, another one.
New York Central. wonder if Fred donated these.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's see what the other one looks like. It's like the Southern Pacific Challenger. Very cool. What do you think?
It's a very beautiful station, so
Yeah.
we're gonna go get back.
Oh, look
on-
at that. Wait, look. We'll zoom in. They got a ski lift going.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Let's see. I'm going to try to zoom in as best we can.
Maybe if you back up a little.
You can see it there. Yeah, got a little ski lift on the other side of town. What do you think? Time to head back on the train?
Yeah, we better head back that way just in case.
He was born in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. He left me yesterday behind him, and I'd say he was born again. Might say he found the key to every door. When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away on the road, hanging by a song. But the string's already broken and he doesn't really care. Keeps changing fast and it won't last for long. Colorado, Rocky Mountain High, I see it raining fire in the sky. Lonely people Rocky Mountain High in Colorado. Rocky Mountain High in Colorado. Now his life is full of wonder, and his heart still knows some fears of the simple things you cannot comprehend. Why they try to tear the mountains down to bring in a couple more people, more scars upon the land. Colorado, Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it raining fire in the sky. Lonely people, man, if you never saw anything but Rocky Mountain High in Colorado. Rocky Mountain High in Colorado. Colorado, Rocky Mountain High, I see it raining fire in the sky. Talk to God and listen to his casual. It's a really high note. Rocky Mountain High in Colorado. Rocky Mountain High.
Woo!
All aboard.
Well, there you go. That was, like I said, only appropriate. That's the song. That's the song that you request if Conductor Brad is ever in concert at the Glenwood Springs Amtrak
Or
station.
any of the Amtrak stations that he takes care of.
Yes. Yeah. He's a conductor from Denver all the way through to Grand Junction, I believe. He goes there and then overnights, turns back.
Yep.
2 or 3 times a
All
week.
right,
So our
what's-
final clip.
What's next?
Our 10th clip, the last one we're going to share with you, comes from episode 45. It didn't air that long ago. It was back on May 1st here of 2022, the year we're in. And we got, sometimes we do, like I said, we're to Colorado. We do travel outside of the Midwest, so we try to bring you along on all our rail ventures, no matter where they might be.
And this is from May 1st of 2022, just about 5-6 episodes ago. This is the Duquesne Incline in Pittsburgh. I think we were visiting. This was part of a trip that we did to visit some of the last national parks in the continental United States that you haven't been to.
Correct.
And we started out drive. We drove through Cleveland, and we drove all the way up to northern Maine. So we were doing a road trip, and I said, I don't think you've ever been on the Duquesne Incline. I
Nope.
visited maybe 20 years ago.
Another incline.
Another incline, that's right. A little bit bigger than the one in Dubuque.
Yeah.
And you get up there and you see the point where the Ohio River begins, the merger of the Allegheny and the Monongahela rivers. You see the point where Fort Pitt used to be. Up from the incline. It was really cool. And there's like a restaurant. We didn't have time, unfortunately, but there's a nice restaurant on top.
I think we got hot chocolate or something up there. I don't remember.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's take a look from clip show number 45 back in May of this year when we took you to Pittsburgh, the Duquesne Incline. All right, and we're back. So we're just waiting for. Their doors are closing. Caution, the doors are about to close. So here it is, the incline. And which way do you want to look? We're gonna go up and down. So which way do you want to look up, going up?
Yeah.
And then we'll look down, going down?
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Let people look up. Holy moly.
And it's going to be similar to the one in Dubuque because up at the top, there's another car that's going to be coming down as we're going up.
We were there back in the 2020, I think.
That's right.
A couple years ago.
And we're off.
Have you ever heard of this one?
I had not. This is the second one that you brought me on. Maybe the third one because we did another incline, but I don't remember the name of it. It's got a really pretty ceiling.
Oh yeah. So we'll show you the view going down when we come down. So what did he say? There was stuff to do up there? Was dinner?
There's a steakhouse.
Oh, all right.
There's dinner up there, he said.
Oh. That one is a little cleaner for everybody.
Yes. And here comes the other one. We're going to pass it.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's pretty cool how they put these in.
Is it? Yeah. How would you compare it to Dubuque? I'd say it's longer.
The car is much bigger.
Yeah, and taller, but it's not as steep. The one in Dubuque probably wins for being steep.
Yeah.
But this is definitely higher, elevation-wise. I think. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. And I mean the cars are much bigger.
I don't know. You could probably fit 20 people in here if you squeeze in. But of course, we have our private ride, so. So we're going to get off and show everybody the view a little bit. We'll see what the station looks like, and then we'll head down, I guess. That's pretty quick.
Yeah, this.
I don't know. 3 minutes now.
A quick ride up, it was.
Yeah. Let's go check out whatever's up here, shall we?
We'll check out the
And then
view.
we'll head down.
Get the little bumpers.
Yeah. You can go first there. So this is car number 2 we rode in.
That's right.
Maximum capacity 4,000 pounds. Mind the step. All right. All right. Well, that was we had fun in Pittsburgh there, and all our adventures. So we thought here is episode 51, and we thought we'd take a look back. Now it's time to take a look forward to the future. Do we have our glasses to have a champagne toast to our first Oh, you got a cup of water? We're supposed to have.
Cheers.
We're supposed to have a champagne glass and toast our 50 shows.
Water's safer for you.
I guess. So our next episode number 52, will be our 2022 Christmas special. That is coming up on this Sunday, December 4th, 2022. Our annual Christmas special that we do. And then we will continue on with these shows next year in I can't believe it's almost 2023 already.
Holy moly, where's the time gone?
Almost 2023. And we have a lot of, I don't want to give away too much, but we'll give them a little preview of.
Oh no, don't spoil it. Keep it till it airs.
I like spoiling things.
Don't spoil it.
All right. So some of our shows that we have coming up in 2023, we have some really fun shows coming up for you. We have we're going to take 2 rides next year at the North Shore Scenic Railroad in Duluth. We're going to go on their 2 harbors excursion coming up, and then also check out the Duluth Zephyr in their full dome that they got last year, the Skyview, which we rode on many times doing our programs with the Rail Rangers over the years.
Yeah.
But it was sold off to the North Shore Scenic Railroad last year. We're going to go for 2 rides, 2 programs next year. We'll be up at the North Shore Scenic Railroad, 2 harbors, and then look at their big dome.
Yeah, so then we're going to the Quincy Mine.
We're going to do Quincy Mine next year. It's in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't be confused with Quincy and Missouri.
Or Illinois.
Or Illinois.
Yeah, this is
Quincy, Illinois, that's right.
You okay? It's getting late. It's getting past your bedtime.
Getting past my bedtime. All right, so Quincy Mine.
And then we're going to another one we're going to do next year we have on our list here is we're going to take you to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and take you on the I've always wanted to do this one. The Sandia Peak Tramway. Apparently you're scared of heights and you're not going to come along on this one, I guess. You say, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm going to go, I guess, alone to next spring here to the Sandia Peak Tramway in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we're going to do that. It's not fully a train, but it's kind of sort of a tramway. We're going to fudge a little bit. It's really pretty from what I've heard. So we're going to take you on that next year. It will be one of our programs. And I guess you have one more sneak.
Yeah, and then we're going to take you on another Amtrak ride. We're going to take you on the Empire Builder.
Oh, and where are we going to go on the Empire Builder?
We're going to go from Seattle to Minneapolis.
Oh, well, that should probably be a 2-parter.
Probably.
And then apparently we might. Rumor has it we might go to our farthest point that we've been to in 3 years of doing this program. We might, I hear, go to a railroad museum in Hawaii.
Woo! Yay! That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna get my grass skirt on. Woo!
Don't forget your coconut bra.
Okay, will do. So yeah, we have a lot of exciting programs. Hopefully, some of those piqued your interest. Coming up in 2023 that we're going to be continuing on, and I guess here's to another 50 episodes of Rail Rangers on the Road.
See you later. See you next time.
From our headquarters in Barron, have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you on December 4th for our Christmas special.
On behalf of the Midwest Rail Rangers, thank you so much for joining us for this program. Here's a look at the next program. Make sure you mark your calendar for this, and we look forward to seeing you then. In the meanwhile, if you're planning an Amtrak trip, don't forget about one of our exciting and interesting rail route guides. For more information, go to www.railrangers.org. That's www.railrangers.org. And click on the Rail Rangers store. There are plenty of options for both local and long-distance rail route guides, in traditional book format, PDF ebook, and even MP3 podcasts. Until we gather together next month, the first Sunday of every month at 7 p.m. Central Time, we hope you have a great week and a great month ahead, and come out and join us on one of our onboard educational programs. For a listing of our in-person programs, go to our website. Again, that's www.railrangers.org and click on Upcoming Events. Until next month, we'll see you then.